How's it going, everybody? I'm Marshall. Welcome back to New Mexico State Men's Basketball News. It's great to be back on the camera. Haven't worn this shirt in like 3-ish years. I think the last time I wore it was for a church trip, and I remember one of the girls that was on that trip, her name was Shelby, so she said she liked the shirt. I haven't worn it since then. I forgot I even had it, to be honest, because I wouldn't say I wear the same shirts all the time, but pretty similar. A lot of Aggie gear, obviously. Just when I'm out and about at school, where I'll just find a random shirt, put it on. I'm not really a big, big guy when it comes to what I wear. But I decided to throw this one on as I saw it. I was like, I haven't worn it in a while. Might as well change it up a bit. Fits my style. I like to, just wear, I don't know, I'm more into like black shirts or like dark blue, just darker shirts in general. That's just more of a vibe. That's kind of just what I go with. So I decided to put it on. I really love this background. I know you guys saw it last video where I was in front of the camera talking. If you guys haven't checked out the highlight video from my good friend Keelan Dorsey, please go check that out. I made it yesterday, and I just sent him a text on Twitter, just saying to him, I haven't talked to him in a long time. It's been about 4 or 5 months. So I was like, hey man, you don't mind checking it out? That'd be great. Hopefully spark up a conversation with him, because like I said, I haven't talked to him for a while. Last time I talked to him was at Taos, actually. We were there eating, and he was saying that he might, decide to come back to school here, because he entered the portal, but he ended up going to Kilgore College. When I was looking at the roster, he was on there, but now he's not on there, so I'm not sure what's going on with that. Hopefully he's still on the team. If not, hopefully he's doing his thing somewhere else or doing good in life and on the court and all that. One other thing I want to say before we do start this video is, you guys probably noticed this video and the last video I made on Casey. I haven't, a lot of times, for the first was like the first 32 episodes, I put episode 32 or episode 12, episode 14 of NM State Men's Basketball News. I didn't do that last video, I just totally forgot to do it. And honestly, maybe I just wasn't worried about it. I was kind of just doing it at the start, because I just wanted to, honestly. I can't really even explain why. But I think just titling the videos, like for example, this video about Jordan Rawls playing professional basketball, I think titling it something like that would just be fine. I think you guys will still like the video, hopefully. We are currently at 698 subscribers, 2 subscribers away from 700. This video is gonna probably go out tomorrow, so maybe by that time we'll have 700 subscribers, hopefully. But if not, and we're still not 700, you guys can obviously tell, because you guys can look at the subscriber count, whether we're 2 away, 1 away, or if we somehow went down, or 3 or 4 away. For that 700, that's great. But please hit the subscribe button to get me there, get me past there. That'd be great. I'm growing each and every day, and I really appreciate you guys. It'd be nice if we can hit 1,000 within the next year or 2. I would like to hit it within the next year, as my goal is to hit it by my birthday. I said that on my birthday when I made a post about it about a little over a month ago. Crazy how fast time flies. Already been over a month since my birthday. Almost been about a month since my family and I got done with the cruise. Started the cruise about a month ago. The whole month of August was chaotic, honestly, as you guys know. I wasn't able to upload as much, and I also didn't play as much basketball. So hopefully September, I can get in the gym a lot more. I've been working out really consistently, but playing basketball-wise hasn't been as consistent. But every time I go, I still get buckets, and I feel like I get better a lot of times. I feel like sometimes it's good to have the rest. The videos, again, haven't been as consistent, just because I've been really busy with school, trying to get, to a certain schedule. And I'm gonna start this news class next week, so hopefully everything goes well with that. I think I've discussed it for News 22. I'll talk more about it in the future and all that. But let's get straight into this video. So I'm not going to talk a whole lot about Jordan Rawls' college basketball career, because I've already made a video on him. I already talked about it in previous videos. How I did for the Aggies in this past season, averaged about 8.5 points per game. And that's, give or take about what he was averaging about through his whole college career at all the colleges he was at, Western Kentucky, Georgia State. He's putting similar stats, played for us, like I said, last season. Did great things, on the offensive end, and was a pretty solid defender as well. Averaged about 3.5 assists as well on the offensive end. Defense, he always gave it his all. His numbers were never really too crazy on the defensive end when he can steal or all that. But he always gave it his all. Good 6'2" guard. I remember when he was doing a podcast with Hoop Truck, he was talking about how he could probably average 12 or 13 points a game. But I think it was his, It was his left shoulder, I think, was hurt. But luckily it didn't affect his shooting too bad. But, even though he's a righty, you still need both arms to shoot. Really helps out a lot. So maybe he could slightly better, especially on I wouldn't say a young team, but, when it was a whole brand new team, kind of unexperienced playing with each other. He could have been a guy that could have been maybe more of a leader for us, but he was already a great leader for us. He was, say top in points, led the team in assists, so can't really complain about that. He's playing professionally in Ireland. I can't pronounce the team too well, so please don't make fun of me. It's like Ballincollig. I can't pronounce it that great. It's like, I'm gonna post on the screen so you guys can see it. I made a post about it on my basketball account for the team for Twitter and Instagram, so please go check it out if you haven't already. The team competes in the Irish Superleague. I'm gonna be honest, haven't heard of that league. Also haven't heard of the team or any of the teams in it. I think it's about 14 teams in it, and it's been around for a good while. I think when I was looking at it earlier, it's been around since like the 70s, I want to say. Could be off on that, but overall I'm assuming it's a good league. Not sure how good the team is in general, but when I was looking at their Instagram account, it looks like they've won a lot of championships in that league. Pretty recently, too, says they won one in 2023, just last year, obviously. And some years leading up, I think it was like 19, 21, 18 maybe. So it looks like they have a lot of success. So hopefully Jordan can join that championship team and just make them even better contenders. He wasn't part of the greatest winning team last year with the Aggies. Nothing, the Aggies are accustomed to. They're used to having many winning seasons, but obviously you guys know how last year went, 13-19, which honestly for a rebuild year isn't that bad at all. But hopefully, he can just be in more of a winning situation, playing professionally, making that money. Really excited for him. He's a guy that I didn't talk to a whole lot. I think I talked to him a couple times. I talked to him after the UNM game the next day. He's just telling me how they should have won that game because they almost had it. They're up by 4 with a minute left. And he played a pretty good game. I think he had about 10 points. I remember talking to him that one time. I think I mentioned his last video as well. He had a chance to make 2 free throws, missed both of them, got his own rebound, and then got the bucket right after. So he's a cool guy to talk to, really a fierce competitor on the court. He's really good friends with Keelan. Like I said, I was talking about earlier, I made that video on him. A lot of times whenever I saw Jordan or talked to him, he was always with Keelan or other guys on the team. So I never talked to him just like on a one-on-one situation. Wish I would have got an interview with him, which again, is something I need to do with some of the players from this year's team, get interviews with them, that'd be great. Another thing I want to note, I actually met Shun Buchanan, who is a assistant coach for the Aggies. I don't think I mentioned that last video. And he actually asked me to make a post on some of the recruits that are coming into New Mexico State. So I made videos on those, and I actually can give updates on that as well, and other small little updates throughout the week. Decided to put it all into one other than making, multiple different videos. Obviously the main highlight of the video is Jordan, but there's not a whole, I wouldn't say there's not a whole lot to talk about, but I already made a video on him pretty recently about him wanting to play professional basketball. I think he was getting interest from teams in like Germany, Italy and all that. But looks like we're playing in Ireland and all that. So hopefully it all goes great. I've been seeing a lot of the new guys on campus as well, so it's been cool to see them, talk to a couple of them. But obviously other returners like Christian, Robert, Jaden, Chris, the other Chris, big guy Chris, been able to see those guys, talk to those guys, pretty chill. Really excited for the season. It's in 2 months, coming quicker, it's crazy. I just started making these videos in May or early September. Time just flies crazy fast, a little too fast sometimes, kind of scary. A little too fast for my liking. I feel a little too fast for a lot of people's liking. Let's talk more about some Aggie updates really quick. Omar Smith is a guy who's a 6'4" shooting guard, a 3-star recruit. Another 3-star recruit like Gabe Pickens and Jacoby Osborne, who are going to be playing for the Aggies this year. So if we could add Omar into the mix next year, that'd be a great young core for the Aggies for years to come. Hopefully we can get him. He's got offers from other great schools as well. But I made a post on him. He liked it. He followed his account, just like some other guys who have been recruited to play here. So hopefully, he liked the visit. He went to the football game, which we did win 23-16 against Southeast Missouri. A little bit scary if you guys went to the game. Feel like we could have done a little bit better. It's a brand new team. Not sure how the team's going to look this year. They didn't look that great in the first game. I think our quarterback situation is a little rough. Parker Watt had a pretty atrocious game, I'd say, and Deuce told me to do much either, but I would like to see him get in the game a little bit more to see what he can do. Being a 6'4" transfer from Kentucky, I think he can do a lot of great things. This video is obviously not a football video, but I thought I would mention a little bit since most of you guys watching this video are Aggie fans, obviously, or I would assume so, and not just basketball fans, but fans of all the sports. He's a guy out of Maryland. Watch his highlights. Really shifty, really smooth, really athletic, like I was saying. Can just get up, dunk the ball with ease. Like I said, he can shoot the ball really well. He's a shooting guard. And the Aggies, the more shooters, the better, And I think he hit the free throw, pretty well as well, which will be great to have. The full schedule hasn't been released. The Conference USA schedule has been released, so you guys go check the, official basketball account, not mine, where I posted it too. If you just look online, you'll be able to find their conference schedule. That's all out there, so I'm not going to go in detail about that, but I am going to talk about some teams that they are facing, which, again, I posted on my social media accounts. I post everything on my social media accounts, and then I'll update you guys on the videos. But the social media accounts is what sees it first. If you want to get more updates quicker, please go follow those. They're right down here, as they are in every video, so go check those out. To play against Dayton. Dayton's always a top team in the Atlantic 10 conference. I cannot speak, I guess. They're always a top team there. UMass is in that conference, Rhode Island, some great teams. Even Davidson, which is where Steph Curry went to college. Really underrated conference in my opinion, always competitive. And Dayton's always up there. One of my favorite players, Tamani Kamara on the Blazers, went to school there. Averaged about 15, 16 points a game. Maybe it was even more, I can't remember, maybe it was 18. But, let alone they're a great team, produce many great players. I've produced many great players in the past in a lot of sports, but specifically basketball. UNLV is another great team out of the Mountain West who we're going to be facing in Las Vegas, so they'll be playing at the Thomas & Mack Center, so that'll be a great experience for the Aggies. Also play against the University of Texas, which I mentioned in a previous video. I made a video just talking about that. That'll be a great experience for them to play against a Power 4 school. It's weird saying Power 4, not Power 5 anymore, because obviously the Pac-12 is just the Pac-2 now. I know people are petitioning it for just to be called the Pac-2, and I honestly thought all the teams were out of it. I didn't realize that Oregon State and Washington State are still in it. Because I saw a meme where like they're the only undefeated conference just because there's only 2 of them and they played against FCS schools. I think Washington State played against Portland State, beat them 70-30. If I had to root for any FCS school, it would be Portland State since that's where I'm from. So bummer there, but it is what it is. My sister actually might go to Washington State, so I'll keep you guys tuned on that. She's a senior right now, so hope she has good things for college and is able to graduate and do all that. I can't remember who Oregon State played. Who did they play? I think they played, was it Weavers? I don't even know honestly who they played, to be honest with you. But they got the win by a lot. So pretty tough schedule for them. I'm sure they'll play a mix of non-D1 opponents, try to get some easy wins. Should be easy wins. I say that because we had that game last year against Northern New Mexico where we almost lost, but ended up winning it by 5. I think we were down by as much as 7. We were able to come back and fight for that win and battle it out. That was also the game I shot the half-court shot and missed. Right after I missed it, though, they started playing better, so maybe it was good luck that I missed it. Maybe if I made it, they wouldn't have done anything. Obviously, that's stupid. I was just being funny, but I don't think it was funny. So if you guys didn't laugh, I'm sorry. Very, very dumb joke. But then the next game against UNM, they almost won at home, which was pretty crazy because UNM was one of the best teams in the country at that point and made the NCAA tournament. So I'm kind of hoping it's kind of a situation where like the Aggie football team barely beat SEMO, which is a game they probably should have won by a little bit more. They're only 8.5 point favorites, but being an FCS school, I thought we should have been able to win by a lot more. No doubt in my mind that our team last year would have just killed. But hopefully that means something kind of similar to happen maybe against Liberty. We can do better than people expect because we're 23-point underdogs. When we were 24-point underdogs a couple years ago, we ended up winning by 35. But we've lost them the past couple times last year. Great to have them at home. Another thing I want to talk about football. Again, I know this isn't a football video, but I get a little sidetracked sometimes. Diego Pavia, if you guys know, was the quarterback for the Aggies the past 2 years. Arguably probably the greatest quarterback in school history. Just greatest player in school history. He's part of the two of the best teams in Aggie history. He's at Vanderbilt now. He had a really great game against Virginia Tech on Saturday, had 2 passing TDs, 1 rushing, had just under 300 yards total, no interceptions, had the game-winning rushing TD in overtime. It was awesome. I was hoping the kicker would have made it to win in regulation because most of our teams there from last year's team. It's literally the Vanderbilt Aggies. But, Pavia was able to get that rushing TD and get the win, so I guess it worked out in the end. Need to stop talking about football and get more into the basketball, which is obviously what this video is about. The Aggies will be playing in the Arizona tip-off, which I believe is only the second year they're doing it. And it's going to be an annual event. So we're in it this year, maybe we'll be in it the year after that. I'm not too sure. We play against Bowling Green, Pepperdine, Weber State. Weber State is where Damian Lillard went to college. So pretty cool. We might have a chance to play against them. Pepperdine's a really beautiful campus. Never been there personally, but I've lived close to it. I know players, or not know players, but I know of players who went there, like AJ Lepre, who's a YouTuber who went there to play basketball. And I've just seen many videos on campus. It's really beautiful. It's amazing. And then Bowling Green is actually who the Aggies faced in the bowl game for football a couple years ago, my freshman year, and won. So a lot of familiar faces, I would say, or schools that people are familiar with and just respectable programs overall, just like the Aggies. Other than that, with all being said, I don't think there's anything really else to talk about. It was just more of an update video. Just talking about Jordan Rawls playing professional basketball, which is huge. That's what I wanted to talk about first. That was the main, thing of the video. So now we have Jordan Rawls and Casey Ziagu, who both graduated last year, who are doing their thing overseas. I'll let you guys know about Jonathan Kanyanga, because out of those 3 guys, Jonathan was definitely the least talented, I would say, but he was still a productive player for our team on the defensive end, especially getting a lot of blocks. Scoring wasn't really his thing, but he got a lot of blocks and rebounds. Super fun player to watch as a 6-year senior. Hopefully he can, I feel like he's definitely anybody. If you're playing, high-level college basketball, I feel like you can play professional somewhere. Maybe not the highest of leagues like in Spain or anything like that, but you can still play in a lower-level league and still get paid some pretty good money for a young guy. Talked about a lot of different things. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Please leave a like and a comment. Really, really appreciate you guys. Again, please hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, because we're almost at 700 subscribers. And like I said, maybe we're already at 700 after this video is going up. Please keep supporting the channel, and I'll keep working hard to get more videos out. And that's all I have to say. Thank you so much, and I'm out.